What's up, guys? It's Mr. Jamvet, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. We're back, ladies and gents. I know March's been crazy. I didn't upload Uber Sunday. If it's one thing you always can expect, it's Uber Sunday, but it was an interesting weekend to say the least. And so let's just say that. But yeah, we're here with this really cool rain team. But before we begin, I'd like to shout out my man, researcher Danny. If you watch or if you're a listener of the podcast, you know that I had a call with him, or an episode, and he was attempting to put together something that could potentially build your team for you. And so he was submitting his paper to an artificial intelligence conference, and he got through. And so he'll be shouting out the academy during his talk. So his software has just been released. So if you want to get an opportunity to test that out, currently it's in the stage where it can just, when you're finished with the team, then you submit it and it gives you like feedback as far as how good your team is, and how many things you may have forgotten and all that stuff. So that's the stage it's at. Come in the Discord link in the description below to be able to try that out, and then he'll give you further instructions on that. I've been so busy I haven't been able to even talk, quote unquote. I haven't been able to even try it out. So Barraskewda very good here. Rain plus rocks equals 2k on every mon on his team, I want to say. I think I may even 2k or Shifu without rocks, but beyond that everything gets 2k by rocks with rain. And so for that reason he has to come heavy in an attempt to remove my rain early. He doesn't have too much that can do that though, unless he leads with the Hippowdon. And my Politoed is a weird one that doesn't have Skull, but if he had a Pex, it would be very good. And I have Banded Buzzwole, which 2 kills everything on his team except Polt. Very, very, very fun game in this one. As we're gonna see, I'm gonna try to control the weather early. I know Toxtricity's coming, but at the plus side, I think I'm Spadef Drill. I'm not even sure what my drill is, unless he hard switches to Hippowdon here. Yeah, I'm Max Spadef. If he hard switches to the Hippo, makes sense. I do have Protect on this. Should hard switch to Hippo here, then he goes back to yeah. So he's boom bursting again. Expected that, but Spadef Drill, he's probably spexed. Yeah, holy shit. Jesus, that did a lot. So opting for Corv. Oh, I have Volt Switch Thunder. I thought I had U-turn. This might end up being a little harder than I'd like. I didn't respect how problematic his Corviknight would be. Okay. Okay. So it positioned Barraskewda well. I'm not sure. I mean, unless he's Helmet Brave Bird might kill me. Okay, he wasn't Helmet, so my play was to stay in there. That's fine. We'll position Tornado as well. Yeah. Say Brave Birds. So he's Max Spadef. Alright, so I'll get Barraskewda back in here. Okay, that actually worked out perfectly. I didn't intend for that to be what happened. So yeah, Urshifu doesn't get to it yet. I figured it'd be close. And so now he gets a kill. Rapid Surge. What's Torn? Torn is solid, but my least useful member. Oh, he pivoted. That Toxtricity is. Oh, my drill has no HP. That's why it's doing so much. I'm like, why is that boom burst bursting like that? So I do think he stays in, but Corviknight's just the correct play. He roosts. I Barracuda. No, let him roost. Then I skew that. Now he could predict this and go to Hippowdon. This is where I'd like to have U-turn. I actually thought I did, but if he so Blissey comes in instead, I don't mind that at all. As we get to flip turn, yeah, probably Polt coming in. Oh, he goes Corv. If that did so much, probably one shot. Ah, so close, but he dies to recoil. Oh, he bravely, yeah, the move. So, I think it's a pretty safe Polt switch, but even if he doesn't, I got him. Okay, so now Hippowdon gets to come in because I'm assuming he's gonna Volt switch. Yes, sub. So he does. I mean, I assumed he was gonna U-turn into. So we get to pivot to Toad. What the fuck was that? Well, it worked out for him, didn't it? That was a really odd decision. Because I'm pretty sure Gleam plus Thunder would have killed this. What's this points? Okay, makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna give up Drill, and I'm gonna get a kill back. So who's he gonna be? Who's he gonna be? Flip turn means I don't want Urshifu in. If I flip turn into Buzzwole, that's better positioning because he sacks Corviknight. I guess maybe not quite as good because Toxtricity speed tier. Fine, I'll weaken the Toxtricity and give up Torn because I can't Muscle Blast Blissey with the Torn. Interesting that he went Bliss, unless it's yeah, I don't. I was gonna say it's weird that he went Blissey because if I just pivoted to my Barracuda, unless it was Thunder Wave, that was the only way that made sense because he technically just gave me a free switch into my Barracuda again. But as I said, he's not even Sandstream. Okay, so we go hard Scuda here because we should see Blissey coming in, right? Opponent really gives me a lot of openings, a lot more openings than I should have. So Anmon dies here because I get 2 turns of rain. The fact that he's not, Polt was never to play. Polt was never to play. Now I just outspeed his entire team, which you wouldn't want. Hold up, am I tripping? I know you're slower than me, so let me just run this calc. I'm pretty confident Toxtricity doesn't live up Barracuda's Bandit. But I understand if he doesn't know the role. Toxtricity is mad frail. Okay, whatever. Yeah, he's gone. Out of this world. Total recall. So that's game. Should forfeit here. But nah, I think he had the opportunity to. I think he didn't assess very well how much value he could take from me. And so, even though he had a pretty solid matchup versus me with Blissey walling most of my team, oh, you had to take Volt Switch off just for those ground types, especially on rain. The Blissey walled a lot of my team, and the combination of Hippo, Corv, and Dragapult stopped everything else as well. And so Barracuda was really the only mon I had. And so between that and the fact that I couldn't do shit versus Toxtricity, he really could have messed me up. I don't like the fact that I'm this fast to drill. It's unnecessary. Maybe some speed for what? Maybe a zone. I don't know. I would need way more because I only have high horsepower as my attacking move. Generally, when it's those kinds of spreads, I don't like to overinvest in offensive stats like speed. What's good, bro? I recognize his name. Maybe you've left teams on my shit before. Your name seems familiar. So Driller is gonna be critical for zone Niheligo primarily. Otherwise, this Lele is gonna just eat me alive. Plot Torn, depending on his zone, could potentially sweep my opponent by itself. The reason I said depending on the zone, if it's no HP, then Weather Ball might kill him at +2. If not, then I need a little bit of rocks damage on him. Buzzwole is inevitable. I like that. And then Barraskewda with a U-turn on his cart is inevitable as well. And also Coco. Very, very interesting team. But the biggest threat to me is certainly his Leyland. So you always want to make sure that you're well positioned versus the most threatening member. So we're going to find out some information here with Skewda. This is certainly his rocker. I'd be shocked if this was scarfed. Because I want to find out what his item is. I'm a hard switch to Buzzwole. So yeah, okay. So it's hard to say. It could be. I'm tempted to Leech Life here, but you know, Torn could come in as a mid ground. So Barraskewda would have been perfect there, because now I'd have, if I'd flip turn out into Coco, that would have been excellent positioning for me, because then he'd have to go to Niheligo or Magnezone, both of which. Well, Niheligo is irrelevant. I knew he'd go to Lele. I wanted to go for I really wanted to Leech Life there. Leech Life would have killed him. Hopefully I get take 2 of these. That's why I need the Spadef. Okay, I do take 2. I don't think that's specs, but I don't think it matters. Rocks are better because Chomp should come in and just set rocks back up. I think you have to be specs to do that. Again, I'm not used to, Drill has naturally high HP, so it's possible that he is specs. Yeah, he should be, because Psychic Terrain received a nerf. I know Lele calcs in my head from the previous generation, but I'm not super keen on the ones now. Now, the fact that he allowed me to hit his Lele is pretty important as well. I don't think it'd be in his best interest to let me spin just to stay in, because Spin's power got boosted, so it might even kill him if I was an offensive variant, but it's obvious that's not the case. So very interesting that it's a Magnezone decision, because Zone shouldn't be able to, that's not true. That's not true. Zone might be able to knock me out here. Yeah, should have went Buzzwole. It didn't click that he might have what's his face, but that's fine. Buzzwole CC can't be guarded against here, because I don't think he's gonna switch this out because of that. I think it's too high risk me going for something that's not Ice Punch. I mean, that's not close combat. But if he does go to Torn, which is the only thing that can take a hit from this, I have solutions to that. Really, at this point, yeah, I didn't think he'd switch, which is great for Torn. Now Torn Under Rain KOs every Pokemon, unless it's a Scarf Niheligo, in which case I am trying to say I'm gonna keep the Rain and the Barraskewda. So surprised Coco was his, Torn was his option instead of Lele. Lele would have netted him a kill. I disagree with Torn, because now I only have Thunder, right. Niheligo should come in. He's gonna leave this Torn in. Yeah, luckily I hit there. I knew he'd leave it in, so I was like, because even if I Dazzling Gleam there, he was gonna U-turn and he would have regened all his health back, because Dazzling Gleam does so little. So he'd never go Chomp there. But now he might be incentivized too, because he thought that was a specs Coco. Though, it's Thunder from, it's Thunder from non-terrain Coco, so Coco is pretty weak. But it's still stab, respect it. And so now we're on the path of dealing with Sludge Wave. I am pretty bulky. Politoed has a really high Spadef. Meteor Beam, interesting. That's not good. Yeah, it lets me know that he's not choiced. which means Torn Loki wins. Huh. So cart is 100% Scarf. Me knowing that means Buzzwole never dies here. And I never lose my reign. So I sack something here. I'd say Coco is the least useful member, which is funny because I just, tried to keep it. But Thunder here, he might get parried, doesn't really matter. And he's a speed boosting variant, which doesn't matter in the face of Barraskewda, of course. Flip turn is better because I want Torn positioned. Torn Force is chomping. Yeah, Torn Force is chomping, which is the only thing left that can really take on my Skewda. Because at that point, nothing can take on my Skewda. If I had rocks up, I'd start close combating. But I don't think Chomp can KO my Torn. I doubt that it'd be Life Orb lead Chomp. Life Orb lead Chomp. It could be. It's possible. It's possible. But in the worst case, Chomp at best can't boost. Chomp can't boost, which means that, yeah, there it is. So even if he scales shots, because Hurricane should be easy to the KO here. Yeah, it shouldn't. Oh, he crit me. Oh, he was Life Orb, so that might not have mattered then. I didn't expect him to be Life Orb, which means Buzzwole would have been a good switch there. Flip turn into... No, I don't flip turn here. Liquidation. No, I close combat here. Force Lele in. And then I flip turn into, yeah. Because close combat would have 2-hit KO'd Lele. So we want to position it to where Lele is the Monin. Because we no longer, if that happens, we no longer need the rain. Because I'm going to have to sack the rain. I'm going to have to give up rain here. And based on the fact that Shifu didn't even get 2-hit KO by liquidation, I doubt Kartana does, which is crazy, right? Rain boosted hit liquidation, but Kartana has insane defense. Absolutely bonkers defense. Yeah, it's not even close. Okay, well that's not rain boosted, but liquidation actually does to it. What? Am I tripping? So there's the Lele, and that's it. Doesn't matter if it 2-hit kills though, because I sack Polytoad here. She knows, but no matter what he does with his cart, it won't matter. That's not true. If it's a Swords Dancer, get good. Maybe not even then. If it's Swords Dance and Speed Boost, it could. But then you don't want to be taking a ton of Scalds, which you'd assume to be Scald. So there's the Psychic, and now I go to Barraskewda and flip turn, and that's game. Because he has to go to cart here. Because the rain turn is going to end, it doesn't make sense for me to... And now I just click Leech Life. GG. Unless it's Scarf Lele, but it shouldn't be. Unless I made a miscount. Thanks, my guy. Have you left 18 before? I feel like I recognize his name. Man, I need to get back to the 1900s. But Road is coming soon, so I guess you can just... Yeah. But I don't think the quality of the games have dropped. Especially with these kinds of teams. Here we go. Of course. Every live. Of course. Let's beat it this time, because I think we're in the negatives versus it. Upside is I have rain weather control, so the Barraskewda will shut down everything. Obviously, and I also have mold breakers. So, yeah, Buzzwole is gonna go crazy in this one. Buzzwole's gonna go crazy. Nah, I haven't dropped a team for you before. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a comment section recognition of your name. But your name just seemed familiar. So yeah, Scuda. Unless he changed the Lele to fucking Scarf. I swear if he changed the Lele to Scarf now. But it should be based on the team structure, terrain. I mean, not terrain. Yeah, terrain extender. There we go. It's a team by someone else. Yeah. But can't guard against electric, so Volt Switch would have been nice here, but we'll make do. We'll make do since he can't control weather and he can't control. I think Barraskewda should wrap this up. As long as we don't. The yawn caught me off guard a couple of times. Is there a reason not to go drill here? Should be terrain extender unless he focus blasts. Future sight. Okay, that's fine. We rocks here. Future sight's fine because it forces Corviknight in if it's defog. Because you know we've seen so many variants of this damn Corviknight that it could possibly not be defog. And then in the comment section, they actually revealed that this is like some kind of sample team or something. Fun little squad, but it's just not something that's gonna get you beyond the point because it's very easy. The biggest asset it has is the surprise factor, and so if you know what it does, then you're not gonna really beat any competent player unless you have a very good matchup. And before, all my teams lacked priority and speed control, except I think Gorilla Boom. And so when those cloisters smashed, I had nothing. I mean, what was I gonna do? Mold Breaker should just go through that, yeah. So I'm gonna just go Coco here. Oh shit! I forgot about the fucking. Oh my god. Yo. Hey, leave it to Jam to find it. Like, literally all I needed to do was stand with the extra drill there and click anything. Like, anything would have worked. Toxic, like, literally anything I wanted would have worked there. That is funny. That is funny. Oh my god, that's annoying. Okay. Literally, I'm about to sweep him with Coco, like straight up. All right, let's see what we got in store here. Honestly, all I'm thinking about is just not having the Corviknight just defog for free. So this should cover everything. I go this and I flip turn. You should get eject button. Man, I completely forgot about the future sight, but I actually didn't think future sight would KO me either. So future sight KOing Coco from absolute full is crazy. That must have been like a max roll. Coco doesn't die easily. That's one thing I'll give Coco respect for. It's not a mind that just easily faints. So we'll go Toad here to range set up so we don't have to do a whole bunch of extra shit. And I might have Perishong as well, though my drill probably can take on anything except anything. My drill can. It's the way he's playing. It's certainly not defog Corv. So a Poltergeist. Let me see. Pretty sure drill eats this. Perishong, protect. I mean, it doesn't matter if it doesn't eat it. It doesn't matter if it eats it. Let me see. Perishong, that would make a turn. Protect, that would make a turn. Or I could just go hard drill and kill this, I think. I don't need drill for anything else, so I'm going to see if I can KO it. I know I take the Shadow Ball for sure. But I don't know if these run like Strength Sap and stuff. Okay, so let's see how much this does. Sash. I guess back at Sash. Problem is you need the shadow ball now, which, you know, is always the case. Store power. Okay. Let me see. Flip turn into Buzzwole. Now I made this game a little more annoying, but I'm glad that he sacked his. Let me see. Liquidation invites Cloister. No, I don't want to lose another mon. Cause fuck, if Cloister comes in, I wouldn't lose another mon, but I think Rock Blast might kill me. Cause I'd liquidation, he'd shell smash, and then with the defense drop, I should be able to KO him with the next one. But as I said, but actually, what if Amistar Swift Swim? What? What just happened? Fucking weakness are. Oh my god, this team is my kryptonite. I'm like, what the fuck? I completely blanked on weakness armor. Oh my, that's fucking ingenious, bros. Like, I gotta give credit where credit's due. That is ingenious. That is ingenious. I gotta give credit where credit is due. No, but I completely threw that game. Like, literally forgetting about future sight, then forgetting about weakness armor, that I literally just gave him the game. My job when I face that team is to figure out a way to lose. That's what. But nah, it's pretty fun. Can't speak. It's pretty funny because it's not even a good team, and yet I keep losing. And now I'm gonna face a real team, and it should be a win. It's likely gonna be a win. You'll see. My Politoed is very important here. Very important. As is Buzzwole, and so for that reason, question is how he's gonna play this. People play Swampert mad recklessly. I'm gonna close combat hard here, as it actually one shot. So I'm very surprised it one shot. I expected it to do a lot, but I didn't expect a one shot. Okay, so that means we're staring down. No electric immunity versus a thunder picks. He does knock. Let's see if he leaves it in. Yeah, he does. Who expects this though? What the fuck? Why'd I gotta get the one nigga with the eject button in the game? Like the one homie with the eject button. The only guy with the eject button in the literal tier. I'm gonna protect obviously to see what yeah, I figured he'd U-turn. Whirlpool. Buzzwole pivot back means Torn means what? Torn means weave out. No, I'd rather have Buzzwole force that Pex back in. Or the Corviknight. Because then that leaves Coco and you gotta get thundered. Somebody's getting thundered today. It's Corviknight. Very surprised zone is his initial. But as I see what I'm talking about, beat the the easy to beat team. Like that's I've never had a crypto. No, let me think. No, has there? If you've been a long time viewer of mine, tell me if I've had a kryptonite thing where I've just like for no like that was the most like ridiculous loss of all time. Like you know. Take that team as a microcosm of how you're supposed to learn Pokemon, because you know in all seriousness, you know with the whole losing is good thing and you know the philosophies that I've put out towards this game and that go beyond the game, obviously. The whole point is really in life to do it wrong until you've done it wrong enough. So I've lost to that team. I thought I won. Then it was bulk up Corviknight, lost. Thought I won. It yawned randomly. I didn't expect the yawn. And I don't think it was eject button. I think he changed the eject button and then yawned. Or did something like that. Then I lost. I beat it, a couple of times as well. And then in that one, lost to weakness policy. So it's like, okay. After I've lost to every freaking trick this team has, then I'm going to know every nook and cranny. But that was pretty sloppy. But yeah. Just got to take it and move on. This live's really about Buzzwole. I haven't really been. I have. It killed Swampert in one go, which is crazy, but it's really about Buzzwole, I think Buzzwole's gonna nab a surprise kill here. Lele, easily the most dangerous member, and so we don't want to position ourselves to where that's never going to be overly problematic. But I don't think you ever lead Lele here because of my Barraskewda probable Barraskewda lead, unless you're Scarfed. So I'm expecting Lander slash Rillaboom, and that's going to give us a plethora of information, yes, as this allows for us to Ice Punch hard. Now, close combat is the correct play here, but this is the ladder. Leech Life is probably the correct play. No, Ice Punch neutrally hits everything except Heatran, and Heatran is the easiest member for me to have it. Like, Heatran is the best case scenario for me because of the Politoed switching. So I do catch his Landers. As I said, either people forget that Buzzwole gets Ice Punch, or they think Landers is invincible. And so, I have no choice but to go to Drill here. If he Focus Blast, I do eat. But he's probably feeling pretty confident about his Psychics, right? That doesn't look choiced. And so we're going to punish with Rocks. As much as this doesn't matter if I get the damage here. It would because that would open up Coco to KO everything. But with Skewda, he'd need to hit 2 Focus Blasts to even get any value out of this, right? And so he has to U-turn here. And so I'll Torn for positional reasons, right? I want Torn being in, especially with the terrain up. His Lele isn't in a position to do whatever he wants. So Torn being in forces and Heatran, which gives me the rain. But he does commit to the Lele, unless this is Choice Scarfed. It is, okay. So it just wasn't, okay, I got you. Okay. That was a pretty waste of my Torn, but I didn't expect Scarf to actually knock me out from there. But I'm probably like no HP, right? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That means I could have scouted there. Dragon is in. That's really sucks. That's a really big toxic miss because Dragon is his best water resist. But it is what it is. Crit me. So let's position Coco here. Defogs. Him being Scarf makes a difference, huh? But he doesn't want Buzzwole coming in repeatedly. Yeah, goes Lele, which is great for us. Because we get to position ourselves versus Rillaboom. It's going to be Buzzwole versus Rillaboom. Oh, he's kidding. Sacking Hydreigon. Okay. So, terrain's up. We always have to position ourselves so we don't get ran over by Urshifu. So I actually have to Buzzwole here to force Lele in, because every time Lele comes in, then my Barraskewda gets to come in, or Driller. He could Focus Blast, but it's a risk, right? And so I force him to Psychic. Unfortunately, no. There's a rapid strike. I was expecting you. We were expecting you. And so somebody has to perish here. Lele is doing 27%, so I can't even switch in on that anymore. So this is where the game gets saucy. This is where we have to start destroying my opponent before he destroys us, kind of deal. This is why we want Lele gone, so we can start close combating with Buzzwole. So we got a sack. Yup. And because the rain is gone, I can't thunder, which I'd like to do. So my options are going Buzzwole and clicking that young CC. But if he goes to whatever, I have to know if Coco's Dazzling Gleam kills. That's the most important thing right now. Because it gives a little bit of wiggle room. Gives him a little bit of wiggle room if it doesn't. Because I need my Coco. I don't need it, but I'd like to have it. Otherwise, I'll give in this for Urshifu 2 kills. Or, well, not 2, but Dazzling Gleam has a 62% chance to kill. Okay, cool. Pretty high, unless it's Scarf. But I expect Tran. And I don't want to miss Thunder. Pretty much a waste of a Urshifu. Unless you expect Volt Switch. But I've shown U-turns, so you figure that's unlikely. Lele coming in here could make some sense. Because he did it last time too. So Lele here could make sense. I lose a lot if I am just straight up miss the Thunder. Thunder is my play here. Thunder will KO the Lele if it comes in under Psychic Terrain. Well, it's not true. Or I could have gone to Buzzwole and predicted. Made the right call. If he stayed in and I leech lifed, I might have lost. So he goes Lele, right? So Thunder would have done him in. Good play with the Lele. I don't think Coco dies to one Psychic though. And so Lele being gone, unless it's modest, Psychic has a 12% chance. If he's modest, has a 68% chance. If I give him Coco here, do I lose? I do not lose. But it makes things far harder. If I sack Politoed here, I get to go to Barrascuda, flip turn out. But I really want this Lele gone. He got absolute max or he's modest. Both of which really suck. But he leaves the Lele in, which is good for me. Which means Buzzwole might win by itself. Man, that's super whack if he got absolute max. Because why would you ever be modest Scarf? And you're slower than Lando, which is kind of the point of Lele. To be able to nab those kills. So, Rillaboom's just gonna U-turn out. Why would you knock? What is he doing? Let me think. Yeah, he gave me another wiggle room. He gave me some wiggle room. It all depends on what the... Right, I knew Rapid Strike was coming in. I guess it doesn't matter. Or maybe it does now. Yeah, it might end up mattering that he did that, especially if he sacks Rillaboom here. If he sacks Rillaboom, he loses to Scuda. Should know that. So that means you don't have to sack Tran. But if you sack Tran, you can't beat Buzzwole. Yeah, he has to sack his Heatran here. If he doesn't sack Tran, then I still have a shot. I mean, if he doesn't sack Tran, yeah. Man, wishing on the... So now... I mean, obviously I have to sack Barraskewda here. Oh, wow. Is he scarfed? I mean, he has to be, right? No, it could be protective pads. Could be protective pads. I've seen those. He might be protective pads. Yeah. That's game, then. Wow. I forgot about protective pads. Why do I assume everybody's banded? Okay, then. We managed to pull that out. Him playing his Lele like that was actually him thinking Lele wasn't useful. And I can tell that by the fact that he sacked it. If he kept the Lele, it would have been a much harder game. Had I clicked Thunder, or really any... I mean, Dazzling Gleam wouldn't have... I mean, Thunderbolt probably still wouldn't have killed the 10 base power. Maybe. But if I clicked Thunder there, the game was over. He'd be forced to go to Rilla, and then, you know, to that point, we could just leech life spam. Especially because he wasn't Bandit or Shifu. So we're going to wrap this live up today. Very, 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 very sad loss. Today's a sad day, guys. Sad day. But hey, let's just call that. That's just the meme of the live. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.